Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be looking at the Eric Bledsoe trade. As you guys know, on Twitter, he kinda hinted that he wanted to be traded. I'll show you the tweet, I'll throw it up right now. Yep, so right there it says, I don't want to be here. Apparently, he's at like a salon or something, but we all know he really just made that excuse just so he could post this, saying, I don't want to be here. Obviously saying he doesn't want to be in Phoenix. So, we're going to go through all the trade options that could happen from this tweet from Eric Bledsoe. So, all the potential trades, and let's get right into it. Alright, so before we get into the trade, I want to make sure you leave a big thumbs up on this video so that I can have more videos coming out like this. It keeps me motivated to make more videos just like this. And also, give me a big subscribe just so I'm not stuck at 35 for the rest of my YouTube career. Let's get right into all the trades. Alright, so first things first, let's give you a background on this Eric Bledsoe situation. He was in the Los Angeles Clippers, and he got traded, and then because the Clippers did not want to sign him to a max deal. And then he got traded to the Suns, and the Suns signed him not for the max, but for the rookie max. So he's on a 5-year, $70 million contract right now. As you can see, we all thought it was going to be very good in Phoenix for him, but it really did not turn out to be that good. He really didn't fit the system that good, and every year there are always, some players of trade alarms and rumors and stuff like that, but they really haven't gotten anywhere. But this year, there is a ton of Eric Bledsoe trade rumors after that huge tweet. The tweet is the big part of this, and since the Suns are, I think they are 1-3 right now, but they are definitely not doing that good. They fired their head coach, Earl Watson, after they went 0-3. So, as you can see, it's definitely not working in Phoenix. Something's wrong, and I think the Suns just want to restart. The Suns have a really young team, and Eric Bledsoe really isn't that young. As you may have heard in some rumors, they asked for a lot of young players. They wanted some younger players. So this is definitely a sign that they want some younger players on their team and want to rebuild. They don't want to win now, but they want to rebuild and be an amazing team for the future, which I think they are. I am a huge fan of the Phoenix Suns. Even if they're not good right now, I am a big fan, just for some reason. And I also like Steve Nash, but that's besides the point. But still, under these circumstances, Eric Bledsoe is really one of the best point guards in the league. He's super underrated. I think he should be an all-star. Maybe not in the West. In the East, he should definitely be an all-star. But, it's just not working with the Suns. Here's some statistics for you. He is the third worst on the team for offensive rating. He should be one of the best. He's the third worst on the team. Even though he is really good on defense. Not really good. He's okay. He should, even with his athleticism, he should be one of the best on their team. He's not really great at spreading the ball or the floor. He really likes to keep the ball in his hands. That's why he's not very efficient on offense, but he really can't shoot, which is definitely a big problem as well. He's almost 28 years old, as I said before, not fitting the Suns, thing where they want a young team and all grow at the same time, all develop at the same time, so that they could reach their primes at the same time and become an amazing team. Eric Bledsoe is already in his prime, so it's not really working when, other players like Josh Jackson, Dragon Bender, Marquise Chris are all under their primes and all waiting to develop a little bit more. He also just doesn't fit on this team, as we said, but he still does have value. With his athleticism, not being bad at point guard, he's really still holds a lot of value in the NBA. Even though these years of him kind of struggling in Phoenix hurt his value, he still does hold value, and I think the Suns could get a really good trade out of this. Let's get into a couple potential trades. Alright, so the first trade would be with the Nuggets. The Suns get point guard Emmanuel Mudiay, power forward Trey Lyles, center Juan Gomez, a second-round Warrior pick for this year. And then the Nuggets get Eric Bledsoe. The Suns get younger in this trade. And we'll see if the Nuggets are willing to give up their assets to win now. They have Paul Millsap and Nikola Jokic. Let's see if they're willing to give up players to win now and kind of form a big three. And another thing that I think that Nuggets might actually consider this trade is because they still have younger players like Jamal Murray, Kenneth Faried, and Malik Beasley, who's got a lot of potential in their future. And, who knows what they'll turn into. But one thing I do know is Emmanuel Mudiay is struggling on the Suns. He's really not been himself the first rookie year he had and this year. A lot of people expected him to be really good, and he was really good in college, but he has not turned into what people wanted him to do. I think if he goes somewhere else and gets a fresh start, it will be good for his career. He's still 21. That is super young and can still get a fresh start, but he's not working in the Nuggets system. As I said before, the Suns get a lot younger. Mudiay, who's 27, Trey Lyles, who's 21, and Hetero Gomez, who is 22. I think this trade offer is really good, but I don't know if the Nuggets are willing to give up that much just to get a point guard like Eric Bledsoe. And it would definitely be an experiment. Who knows how it can go. The next trade is with the Los Angeles Clippers, his original team. The Suns will get Austin Rivers, Lewis Williams, a 2019 second-round pick from the Clippers, and a 2021 first-round pick from the Clippers and Sam Decker. The Clippers will get point guard Eric Bledsoe and Jared Dudley. So, one thing is, would the Clippers add another big three with this? Would this be considered a big three? Eric Bledsoe, Blake Griffin, and, DeAndre Jordan? I don't know if DeAndre Jordan would be considered that good, but he is a really nice center and one of the most underrated players in the NBA, with Eric Bledsoe, of course. And this would also be a test to see if this works. CP3 and Eric Bledsoe, they're kind of the same player, very good on defense, very average on defense, and pretty good at scoring. Even though Eric Bledsoe isn't as ball dominant as Chris Paul, you can make the argument that he is about as ball dominant with his efficiency on the offensive side. But the Suns, as I said, the Suns love their picks and get younger. The Suns get Austin Rivers, and they get Lewis Williams. I think Lewis Williams is a key addition to this, because even though he is on the older side, he's not that old. He's 30, but I know. But I think he'll help Devin Booker develop his jump shot a little bit more. And if Devin Booker, I think he can become a sharpshooter. He might already be up there with the top sharpshooting, but he is a little inconsistent with his jump shot, and he is more of an offensive scorer and driving in. If he gets a jump shot like Lou Williams, he is a wet jumper, but if he gets a jumper like that, I think Devin Booker is unstoppable. Or Josh Jackson. Josh Jackson, we all know about his jump shot problems. He does struggle a lot. And this team, the Suns team, don't really have a lot of three-pointer shooters. So I think if you bring in someone, Austin Rivers can also shoot threes, but I think if you bring in someone like Lewis Williams, he'll help the team, with their jumper just a little bit and set a great example for the team. And let's get on to the next trade. So this one is with the New York Knicks, and this one is definitely, and I don't know about. So the Suns get center Enes Kanter, Willie Hetero Gomez, Ron Baker, a 2020 first-round pick, and the Knicks get Eric Bledsoe and Tyson Chandler. So Tyson Chandler, if he goes to the Knicks again, that's like his third time on the Knicks, but that's kind of funny. But who knows how this trade can go. So this trade might seem a little bit uneven. I mean, it's a little bit uneven because Enes Kanter and Willie Hetero Gomez are studs in the NBA. But the Suns get rid of Tyson Chandler. And Tyson Chandler's still a very good player, very great rim protector, and can snag rebounds. And they get younger bigs for their team. They don't really have a lot of big men. Really, Dragon Bender, can he play center? Not really. So that's really the only players they have. If they get Enes Kanter and Willie Hetero Gomez, those will be the centers for the Suns' future. And maybe the Suns will add another pick, and who knows. And also, they get a 2021 first-round pick. Maybe that pick will become a diamond in the rough because the Knicks really aren't that good. But this put the Knicks in contention with the East. Not that great, not that amazing, but it puts them in a little bit contention and possibly making the playoffs. But who can talk about the playoffs? We're 5 games into the season. Let's get on to the next trade. So this next trade is a big big trade. And the next two trades, the last two, are definitely big risk and big trades with a lot of big names in them. So let's get into it. The Pelicans. It's with the Pelicans. The Suns and the Pelicans making moves. That would be interesting. So the Suns get Check Danilo, point guard Frank Jackson, a 2019 first-round pick, a 2021 first-round pick, and a 2020 second-round pick, and also a 2021 second-round pick. The Pelicans get point guard Eric Bledsoe and power forward Jared Dudley. Wow. The Suns stack up on picks in this trade. I mean, this trade might go through because the Pelicans, if they keep DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis, which is almost a guarantee if they make this trade, they really won't have that high pick. So, I mean, it still could technically become a diamond in the rough, but it definitely isn't as value as some of you might be thinking. The second-round picks, of course, 2 second-round picks, but the Suns just stack up on picks here, and I think it's great for the Suns if they do make this trade. And the Pelicans, with a big three of Eric Bledsoe, wow, with Eric Bledsoe, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus Cousins, wow, that is a star-studded team. They would have a big three and probably would be a threat in the West. I don't know if they're as good as the Thunder. They definitely aren't as good as the Rockets. I have the Rockets second seed in the West, in my opinion. I might come out with a video of that, but they might become a 5th seed. Crazy to think about that the Pelicans, how they were last year, with barely anyone, only Anthony Davis on their team, and now we're talking about them being the 5th seed in the West. That's the most crazy thing. Again, this would be a huge experiment, a huge investment for the Pelicans. But imagine, this would be an awesome team to watch. And if I would be able to watch the Pelicans, which I'm trying to get League Pass, but if I was able, I would watch the Pelicans a lot if this trade is made. Let's get on to the last and craziest trade. So this last trade is the Suns trading with the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know if you know this right now, but Jabari Parker is hurt. So just take that into consideration after you hear this trade. The Suns get power forward Jabari Parker, point guard Matthew Dellavedova, shooting guard Rashad Vaughn, and center Greg Monroe. The Bucks get point guard Eric Bledsoe, power forward Jared Dudley, and center Tyson Chandler. Wow. The Suns get a lot of this trade. I know you think the Suns are winning this trade, but they get a lot because what if you guys didn't know this next offseason, Jabari Parker will become a restricted free agent. So, even though he is a restricted free agent, so the Suns can match that offer, if he gets the max, the Suns cannot match that. They do not have the cap. So, if Jabari Parker doesn't sign with them, they're screwed. They lose this trade. So that's why they're gaining a lot from this trade. Just for some background, if they can't match it, the Bucks are set to become a deadly team in the East and to challenge LeBron. I mean, wow. Eric Bledsoe, who's an already oversized point guard, tall point guard, would match Giannis so perfectly, and the Bucks still keep their core. That is huge. The Bucks keep Malcolm Brogdon, and they keep Thon Maker. They do get Greg Monroe, who was coming off the bench, but so it doesn't really matter. And they really keep the core of their team, minus Jabari Parker. And Jabari Parker's not even playing right now, so really they're used to playing with this. And to add Eric Bledsoe to the mix, and wow, this team becomes deadly. And another thing that I think will be slept on is Rashad Vaughn in this trade. Rashad Vaughn, he is 21, and I think he's a huge part of this trade. I am a huge fan of Rashad Vaughn, and he's got a really good three-pointer. I think he can really shoot the ball and would be a huge part of the Suns, bench, because Devin Booker is, of course, the starting shooting guard for the Suns. So, and he's set for the future. He's going to be the point guard. But Rashad Vaughn, if you haven't looked up, do some research on him. He is 21 and can shoot. Wow. I'm really key on this guy. And the Bucks really don't value him that much because they also do have Tony Snell, who, of course, also plays shooting guard but can play small forward. I mean, I don't know what else to say in this trade. This trade, I think, matches perfect and really eliminates a lot of the risk the Suns take in this trade, giving up Eric Bledsoe. So thank you guys for watching. Leave your opinions down in the comment down below on the Eric Bledsoe situation. And if you want, leave your opinion on the trades I made. I mean, these trades probably weren't that good and probably will have a lot of different scenarios, but these were mostly supposed to circle around which teams are in the mix for Eric Bledsoe, and I just plopped some players in there, and, well, I did some research, but I just threw some players in there on who would be good for Eric Bledsoe. So, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a big thumbs up. If you enjoy my content just in general, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, as I said before, leave your opinions down in the comment down below. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon. Hey.